Are you looking for a neutral road running shoe with zero drop? Maybe the Altra Rivera 2 is a shoe that you should consider. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's Mark, and we are back with a video all about the Altra Rivera 2, a zero drop neutral road running shoe that looks to be versatile enough that it might just be the only shoe you need. Let's find out. Now, Altra is a company that is known for making shoes that are zero drop. In other words, no drop from the heel to the toe, a flat level surface, heel to toe. So there's no drop from the heel to the toe like you see in a lot of traditional running shoes that might be anywhere from 4 to 12 millimeter drop from the heel to the toe. The Altra is a zero drop shoe. Now, it is not a minimalist shoe. You'll notice that there's a stuff down here. It's called foam, and the Rivera 2 has 26 millimeters of foam in both the front and the back. So it has a good amount of cushioning, so it is definitely not a minimalist shoe like the Xero Prio, a shoe that I reviewed a little while ago. That is a true minimalist shoe with no cushioning at all, basically just a thin tread to protect your feet. But the Altra does have in all of their shoes a decent amount of cushioning, and depending on the shoe you can get differing amounts. So the Rivera 2, like I said, has 26 millimeters front and back, and it sits in the middle of the neutral road running shoe line. The model below the Rivera in terms of cushioning is going to be the Escalante. It has about 24 millimeters. It's a little lighter, a little faster, more of a race-oriented shoe. The shoe above the Rivera is the Torin. That's their max cushion trainer that has 28 millimeters of a slightly softer foam. The Rivera 2 uses the Ego foam, which is, I guess, their standard foam. It offers a little bit of softness on step in and a little bit of give when you plant the foot in the stride, but it's not squishy. It provides a good amount of support and a little bit of push, helping propel you along. It is nothing like a carbon plated shoe or something like that, but it does give a little bit of rebound as you're running. So it's a good mix of cushioning as well as support. I have used the Rivera in both version 2 that I have here as well as version 1 to run everything from track intervals to half marathon distance races and runs. So I've used it across the whole spectrum, and I found it to be a very versatile shoe because of that. Now, like I said, this is version 2. I have run in 2 pairs of version 1, both pairs close to 400 miles on them, and you will see that even after 400 miles, there's still some tread on the outsole. It's definitely worn down, but I could probably run a little bit more on these shoes. And in fact, I do. A few short runs here and there, I still wear these shoes. Plus just kicking around. A very comfortable shoe. The Rivera 2, I fully expect to be able to get 400 miles or so out of this shoe at least. There's been a couple of changes from version 1 to version 2. The price is, I think, the same. I think it is at $130 is the retail price on the shoe, but they have made a couple of changes. The first one I noticed, and I didn't see anything on the website, but I'm pretty sure they changed this. If anybody from Altra or dealer is watching this, let me know. Maybe I'm just imagining it, but I think the knit in the upper is a little thinner, maybe a little more flexible, a little lighter. It just seems to feel more flexible and a little bit lighter than the upper material on version 1, which just seems to be a little heavier. The other thing I've noticed that did actually get changed is in the heel counter and heel cup. This is version 1. You'll see it's not that high, and it doesn't have much padding. People were complaining apparently, or running into the issue where they were literally running out of their shoe. The heel was coming up and out of the shoe. So what Altra did to remedy that was in version 2, they made this a little taller, It's a little taller there, and they added more cushioning and padding in the heel cup. So it's a little more traditional heel cup. The heel is definitely locked in here. I never had any problem with my heel coming out of the shoe in version 1, and that might be because I put the lace at the far back eyelet, so I do tend to lace it up and just so I get a little bit of tension around the heel. So I've never had an issue with it, but Altra was listening to the customers and did change the heel cup design a little bit. So the heel sits nice and firm in here. Hasn't been an issue for me, but apparently it was for others, so it looks like they fixed it in this shoe. The outsole is, like I said, it's been very durable. I've gotten 400 miles on the previous pair. I've got 50 miles on this pair at this point, and I can't tell. The texture is still there on all of the lugs out here. There's a good amount of higher abrasion rubber, pretty much the whole forefoot and the heel area. This middle section here looks to be just textured, exposed midsole foam, but very little wear there. Most of your wear is going to be in the forefoot, heel, the heel or the forefoot and toe area, and there's enough tread there that, like I said, I think easily 350 to 450 miles, I think, is a pretty reasonable range of miles you're going to be able to get on this shoe before you run out of tread. The cushioning on the shoe seems to be very, very durable in my version 1. This is the shoe that has 390 miles on it. The cushioning still seems pretty solid. I have noticed a little bit of a difference. The new shoe has a little more plush ride. This one has lost a little bit of it, but it's still comfortable for short runs. So I could, like I said, I still could run in this a little bit if I wanted to. So durability seems very, very, very good. And as far as flexibility, like I said, I've used it for just about every type of run, from track intervals to long runs going up to 14 miles, 2 hours, as well as a half marathon race. So if you are looking for a kind of a versatile, neutral road running shoe, kind of a do-it-all daily trainer with zero drop, I think the Altra Rivera 2 is a shoe that you should take a look at. It can pretty much cover the entire spectrum. It's not the most cushioned. It's not a max cushion trainer. If you want something that really babies your feet, then you're going to want to get a max cushion. If you want something that is truly designed more for race day, then take a look at maybe the Escalante. They also have the Escalante Racer. But for basic, put the shoe on, go out for a run, and get your workout in and be comfortable doing it, the Rivera 2 is a very solid option. Take a look at it if you're that kind of runner. And speaking of, if you have used Altra shoes or maybe any other zero drop shoes, let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you what your experiences have been with Altra shoes, or if there's another brand of zero drop shoes that you are currently enjoying. Let me know. Maybe I can add a pair to the rotation and give it a try. I'm a big fan of zero drop shoes for the majority of my running. I just like how the shoe gives you the ability to let your foot splay out, your toes do what they were designed to do. The front of the shoe, the toe box, is definitely wide. You will see that. It's not as wide as some zero drop shoes, so it doesn't have that clown shoe look that sometimes people complain about. This is their slim fit version, but there's still plenty of room for your toes to do what they do. So that's why I enjoy Altra shoes, zero drop shoes in general. They just feel good on my feet and allow my feet to do what they were designed to do. Once again, definitely take a look at this. If you're not already a subscriber of the channel and you like what you're seeing, go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to have you as a part of the community here. And if you do like what you see and you want to get the word out to others, go ahead and nudge that thumbs up button. That's a great way to have the YouTube algorithm spread the word about what we're doing here at Life Maxing. All right, that is it for now. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you're doing well. And until the next one, be well.